this is Lulu from Ground Zero Beauty and welcome to another video. In this video we will be discussing primer and apply a primer for demonstration purposes. What is a primer? A primer is a cream that you apply after moisturizing but before you put on your makeup. Think of painting a wall in your house and how you prime it before painting it. It's given the same thing. Its purpose is to lay a foundation for easy makeup application. It creates a base for longer term wear and can help smooth out fine lines, wrinkles, and pores, creating a seamless canvas for your makeup. Primer can also be worn alone without makeup. It's many different types of primers, just like the different types of foundations. Some primers are mineral based, some are creamy, and some have an ointment consistency. Depending on your skin's needs is how you'll choose your primer. Now, like any other makeup product, I will tell you to start cheap. Some primers have active ingredients such as vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E. Think about your specific skin needs. Do you have oily skin and need more of an oil control primer? Do you have dull skin and need more of a dewy primer? Do you need a primer for sensitive skin, acne prone skin? Are you looking for a multi-purpose primer, a baby skin primer, a brightening primer? You get the picture. You can put makeup on without primer, yes, but primer gives more of a polished look as it will keep your makeup in place and aid your skin in a more supple, smoother, workable base. I will give this credit to my daughter who added to my knowledge of makeup when she taught me that you have to make sure that your primer and your foundation are either both water-based, which the ingredient will be aqua, or both silicone-based. If it's a silicone-based primer, you'll usually see something where the ingredients will end in cone, like methicone or something like that. A silicone-based primer seals pores. Water-based primers are best used on more dry, dehydrated skin, as it will help your makeup last longer. But right now, while we're learning, don't worry so much about that. Don't get so super technical until it kind of handicaps you. Just get what you like for right now. So right now I'm wearing a primer only with my moisturizer. I'm wearing the Hourglass Veil. This is more like a mineral primer, and I'm gonna go through some of these primers just so you can get an idea of what the possibilities of primers are. So right here we have the NYX Plump Right Back. This has electrolytes and it's kind of like a brightener. You can kind of tell by the packaging. We have Wet n Wild Glass Correct Primer Base, and as it says, brightens, it gives you crystal like skin, so this is good for that, and this is cheap. One of my all-time favorites is this Farsali Skin Tune. I don't know why I haven't been buying any of this anymore, but this was one of my favorite primers because it gives you that blurred effect. This Rainforest of the Sea by Tarte, this was good too, and this is Quench. I only had the sample of this, but I did like that. We have this Ulta Beauty Hydrating Face Primer. It has coconut water, it's for hydration. It has aloe vera and avocado oil, and it soothes the skin. It's Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I love this as a grip primer because the makeup stuck to this so well. And also this Makeup Forever Pore Minimizer Primer. This was good as well. And there's some other primers that I use, like the Tatcha, and they were good primers. So yeah, those are just some of the possibilities of the different types of primers that you can get based on what your needs are at the time. So I hope this could show up on camera. What I'm gonna do is, as you can see right now, I only have a moisturizer and my mineral primer. This is what my face looks like with just the primer alone, no makeup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe the primer off. I'm going to apply the primer just to one side of my face, and on the other side I'm going to just leave just the moisturizer. I'm going to put the foundation on both sides of my face so that you can see what the effects are with the primer as opposed to without the primer. Now you may not have any visible effects, but as far as long-term wear and how it sticks to the face, those are the effects that you may feel with wearing a primer, even if you can't see it on camera or on video. But I'm going to try to capture the difference in the video. Right now I'm going to be removing the primer that I have on. I'm going to be remoisturizing my face and putting primer only on one half of my face. clean face, I'm going back in with some moisturizer. You always want to keep your face moisturized when you're doing makeup. Whether you wear makeup or not, you always want to have that moisturized base. You don't want to dry your skin out and then be putting makeup on top of it. Okay, now let's go in with the primer on this side only. I need some more of this. Again, we're going to be using the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. Yes, it has sunscreen. That's another good thing. You want to have products that have sunscreen built in it. Just really good. So now I'm about to apply this to this side of my face only. And I just put it on with my hands. It's just primer. So now let's go in with our foundation. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline. Just in case if you guys only got the Maybelline so far, we can do Maybelline together. I'm using a beauty sponge today. And we're going to apply it to the side that has the primer first. And I may get it on some of the other side, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be doing both sides of my face with this foundation. So it really doesn't matter. One is going to show one way and one is going to show the other way. This is the side without the primer. As far as application, it's really no different how it feels. Now, if I was to use like a grippy primer, like the Milk that I showed you, you would definitely feel that stick. When you applying the foundation, you would feel the stick. And it's not like a bad feeling or anything. It's just, obviously it's a stickier primer, so it's gonna make your makeup a bit more tacky. Okay. Not sure if you can see a difference, but I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to see how it shows up. All right. You can't really tell, but it's kind of because I don't have the primer on this side. I have it on this side. This side is a little bit more gooey. I don't know how I could explain that. This side is more firm as far as the foundation I laid. This side is more like gooey, movie, more malleable. This side is more, everything that I put here is gonna just stick here. This side, is nothing wrong with this. This obviously is the side where I don't have on primer, but everything is gonna shift more as time goes by. If I'm gonna be out longer than maybe 4 or 5 hours, I'm gonna have to touch my makeup up. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the purpose of primer. Also, a lot of these primers, like say this Farsali Skin Tune, oh my god, this was like one of my favorite primers. You can wear this just alone. I'm not gonna say to not wear makeup, because the whole point of this entire thing is to get you wearing makeup. Some of these bases provide just that perfect foundation for you to look more polished, for you to look more put together, for your makeup to look more cohesive and less like you're struggling to keep it on your face, because that happens. If you notice, sometimes when people are out, they have to go powder their nose and apply powder to kind of like get the makeup just to sit back down, because things start shifting and moving, especially when it's hot outside. So primer, although it's an extra step before your foundation, primer will help in the best ways. You just have to find one or some that you like. After doing makeup for so long, I've found different primers that I like, and sometimes I just alternate, and I don't always worry about what's water, aqua, oil based. I just go for what I see, what I like, and I start applying it. I do trial and error. If it's looking poorly mixed together with one of my foundations, and I try another one. That's the whole point of this whole thing, is just to get you to try it out. My purpose of doing this video is to teach you what the purpose of primer is. So hopefully you can select the primer, apply the primer, put your brows on, and get your foundation on. That is our starting point right now. So if you have your foundation, you can select a primer and then you can get started. The primer will take your makeup up just a few notches before we get into everything else. So I wanted to teach you about that base. And also we're gonna learn about skincare, but for right now, because we're talking about just makeup itself, we're just talking about the primers, the foundation, and the eyebrows. That's where I want you at. Let's get it. Hope this video was helpful. Bye.
Do it. Do it. Do it.